Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is
Super kick!
Let go! Let go!
Third! Super kick party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
Hey, yo, and away we go. Can anybody find another monitor for me? I think I only have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 monitors going on here. It is going crazy here right now. For a rough idea what's going on, I got Dynamite setting up over here on my regular TV here. My monitor that I use to stream, I have NXT lined up right here. My phone is down here with the Blue Jays game. So we got a little bit of everything all over the place here. So, yeah. Let's just say there's a tiny bit of stimulus here tonight for everything going on. And thank you, everybody, for popping in here to check things out. Whether you're checking out one, whether you're checking out all three. Going to try and keep up with all of it. There is, the thing about doing multiple streams like this is the fact that you can't really tell when the action's going to hit a certain point for certain matches. So we'll try and keep up best we can. Somebody sees something, feel free to get my attention here. Because, thank God I have unlimited data. That's the other big thing here. So we got, like I said, Blue Jays are on the verge of eliminating the New York Yankees from the playoffs, which is, best way to explain that. We got NXT and AEW, or NXT and TNA having their Super Showdown tonight. Used to be called Invasion, but, due to certain overtones that, bad guys complain about, certain things happening. They had to change it. And AEW's got their title Tuesday, which they have 2 titles on the line tonight. Orange Cassidy and Kyle Fletcher, which is going to be great. And the other one is Mercedes Moné taking on someone from Florida. They said somebody who lives in Florida can get a shot at the title. So there's a lot of people that can keep up with that and certain people that talk about it. I do have a feeling I might be giving away my pick. If you can see here in the shirt, we got a little Hikaru Shida going on here. No, we're not going to get Cammy from Street Fighter taking on Mercedes. Although that would be a very interesting match, to say the least. The only people I'm thinking of that we could have in this, we got Dakota Kai debuting. I say a long shot's Britt Baker because she lives in Florida. Because they made it very specific. They said it was someone who lived in Florida, not somebody who grew up in Florida or is originated out of Florida. Or Shida's been talked about a lot lately, especially with that contract extension she's got. And just remember, folks, there's one other thing here. We have 10 days until Mercedes Moné has a longer title reign than Jade Cargill did with the TBS title. So for the number 1 overall, it would be 10 days. We can get Jade Cargill off the books. And I think that's something that TK might actually want to do. So if he doesn't, more power to him. I would love to see somebody else take that title, let Mercedes work on another one, even though she is going for 10 belts in just over 2 weeks, as she's going to be challenging Jody Threat for the Winnipeg Pro Wrestling Women's Championship there. Hey, Jade, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. There is just so much craziness about to go right now. Like, NXT has got theirs lined up here, so NXT's lined up. AEW's just coming on right now. We got 608 So we're lucky. I do have the ticker up on the board for you guys if you are interested. Justin Roberts firing up the crowd, of course. How you doing today, Jade? Hope everything's going well, like I said. It's a little bit crazy for everybody these days. And I'll admit, I've been working off to the bone all for the last couple of days. I had to cancel yesterday's stream. I literally fell asleep in this chair yesterday. Just because I was like, since I canceled stream, I was going to just get some side content done for Horizon. So when we get into it tomorrow, we could just finish it. So are we getting the face-to-face with Hangman and Samoa Joe right off the bat here tonight? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. I will say the one thing I do enjoy more about AEW than WWE in general is AEW doesn't piss around. They get right at it. Whatever they're going to do, they got to get right to it. Even for a promo segment, like, we're still getting the recap, which I understand. Showdown, a lot of people need to understand what's going on. But right now, we got Hangman coming down to the ring already. But it's a little bit nuts that way, right? Like, it'll be interesting to see how this gets over, because this is simply a feud based on two guys staring at each other. One guy taking a stare down the wrong way. That's basically how this whole came down. My God, this match is going to be insane next Saturday. Like, put all your storylines aside. Just look at the two that are involved here. Hey, Shibata's back. The fact that Shibata actually showed up tonight, very big bonus. Maybe we'll see him on Saturday. First pitch of the Yankees Blue Jays coming up in about 6 minutes time here. As you can see, the new NXT World Champion Ricky Starks coming in. I still can't believe they got Trick Williams on Team NXT, even though he's a champion for the other side. Team TNA just coming in on their own, no problems. And then, of course, the biggest goof in production for a while at NXT, having the Inspiration come out with the titles, even though they hadn't won them yet. Just little things like that drive me nuts. Who did he propose? Who proposed to... I gotta go back and check that out. Who proposed to Hangman Page? Oh, they're doing Dark State and the Hardy Boys right off the bat here tonight on NXT. Well, looks like the Hardys are going to be bleeding. They're wearing all white tonight. They never wear all white. What the hell is this? I can't wait to hear Joe's response of all this. Carlos Silva seriously looks like the ultimate nerd, and I love him for it. The only difference between him and Tony Khan is the fact that Tony actually looks like he's enjoying wrestling. Silva looks like he's just there to present a product. All right, what? All right, I like this. I like what Hangman's saying here. They, he's saying, look, you guys did a lot of great things. Oh, I missed the sign here. I just saw it pop up. The thing about having multiple cameras to look at everything. So now Dark State's taking apart the Hardy Boys 4-on-2. Well, that's done. The match is on now. So are they going to defend 4-on-2 or are they going to defend 2-on-2? Like they're supposed to be only 2-on-2 here. I'm assuming there's some TNA help coming out. Oh, and the referee just says get out. What a shock. Ooh. Oh, good. The Dudleys are in the crowd. This match is going to be absolutely amazing. Joe is going to talk him in the room right now. Okay. All right, so the score bug is working, so we're good there. Just about to start the game here. Ooh. Right now, just looking at what things going on here, who do you have winning this? Do you have Joe or do you have Hangman? I think Hangman retains, but I do think it's going to be. It might be one of those dream matches that we always wanted to see. Check the fraud, huh? I appreciate how the Hardys are really trying to get the rub to Dark State here. Not playing all the old hits, sort of. And it looks like Dark State's just one step ahead of every time. Ooh. I love how when Joe talks here, it almost feels like a sermon on the pulpit. So every time he talks about anything, it's like that. I like this. I like this Hangman, like standing up for himself. I love Joe. Hey, Nats, good to see you. Joe on the mic just feels so right. Just can't wait to the beautiful people inducted Saturday. Absolutely. Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Mickey James all being inducted. It's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday. And well-deserved, of course. Like, they are the pioneers of the Knockouts division in TNA. Like, realistically, the beautiful people more are than AEL. Oh, no, So, let me give you guys a little download here, those that came in late. AEW on this TV. NXT on part of my monitor here. The baseball game is just below the screen here. Madison, honestly, NWF, I don't think it's going to happen. It's that pettiness card that, and I don't think it's pettiness on behalf of Tony Khan. Once again, it's this Sting inducting Lex Luger into the Hall of Fame deal. Tony Khan was all for letting Sting do it. It was actually Nick Khan that said, no, you can't do that. Was it in a rain delay? No, the Tigers and Seattle was in a rain delay in Detroit. The first pitch of the Yankees Blue Jays game was actually on time because of the they have all these staggered times because there's actually so many games on tonight. Yeah, thunderstorms in Detroit. Multi-pacification. Yeah, the Hardys were the opener here, and they are giving quite a bit to Dark State here, so it makes me wonder if the Dudleys are just going to break this up at the end. Saying Dakota gets Mercedes. I hope that's the case. My running bet right now with all the talk on the interwebs, I've already called it here. The return of Ricardo Shida back to AEW. No, Cammy's not taking on Mercedes. I think Hikaru Shida might be your pick. Goldberg versus Mercedes.
No, please.
You can spell the word of the day, Vic. Multipacifican. I think that's right. If it's not, well, that happens. How you doing tonight, Vic? Oh, how you doing, Nats? NWF, how you doing? Everybody, I hope you're doing well today. It's a little bit of freaking insane today. I trust you. Enjoyed Super 2. Oh, God, this is way... sorry to hear it, Nats. Let's go! That's what I'm telling you guys. If you see anything go on, let me know so I can turn my eyes one little way. This is the first of NBA preseason. It's downhill from here. Well, you got the I like this effect. They don't show Marina slapping John, they show the shadow of it. So it looks like he's just getting punched like all the piss. Vladdy's got him up 2-0 in the first. Let's go. If you see something I should see, pop it in the chat, because literally I could be doing this for like the next 2 hours. Hardy with a whisper in the wind. Kirk looked like he just wanted to launch a ball in the... Oh my God. I just saw the pose off of Guerrero on that home run. Yeah, they showed the Dudleys early in the match. I honestly feel that there's going to be the Hardys should win. Realistically, the Hardys should win. My people putting in the work, 2-0. Yeah. And honestly, I think the people in Detroit and Seattle would appreciate it as well if Toronto wins tonight. If the Blue Jays win and the series is done, the Detroit series gets shifted to the late afternoon. I believe it's a 6:08 start in that case. If the Yankees win today, it'll be a 6:08 start for Blue Jay, right? Oh, Saturday there should be a 3. Nah, they're not going to do that. They're playing the history card with those two teams. So put a tables match with just those two guys. If they end up doing an 8-man tag out of it, 8-man tables match tag, oh God. Man, that looked like shit. Sorry, just to collapse that. So technically we are having a champion in our first match anyway here on AEW. With Tomohiro Ishii being the never openweight champion. Honestly, I would love to see Moxley be a part of that too. Vladdy gonna get a postseason 99 card. Fucking better get one soon. Oh my God. Hardys are double champs going into Bound for Glory this weekend, folks. Now here's the question. I absolutely hate it too. Like, here's the question. Do they make that match on Saturday a double titles match now? If they make it a double championship match, could there be a possibility that the Dudley Boys show up on NXT as NXT champions? Win for the boys. Yep, absolutely. Hardy's waiting for the entire... You know what? I'll wait until... I'll let it bleed out a little bit. If they can actually... But here's the thing, Nats. And hear me out on this. If the Hardys win, they're burying developmental. If Dark State wins, then 3 different champions for TNA are NXT wrestlers. Where do you win out of that? You really don't, to be honest. But at the same time, yeah, it's a loss either way. Like, you're not going to... Which evil do you take? For me, if we had to do it, give it to the Hardys. They can have that same claim that the Dudleys do of having championships everywhere. House of Glory is booking them on Friday, title versus title. The fix is in. Oh, that's right. You work for House of Glory too, don't you, Vic? That should be a hell of a lot of fun. Honestly, the match I'm looking forward to seeing on that card, you got Indy Hartwell and Zeta Steele for the women's title there. So you work with JD. Well, I don't know how much JD works there anymore after that bullshit that happened. There's a partnership Hardys in TNA. There's a partnership Hardys in TNA. They should have it. Oh. Travel sucks, but this week should be easy since it's just a train ride. That's nice. All right, we got commercial break here. We got the start of the bottom of the first in the Blue Jays game here. We are all over the place here. No, I would like to see, realistically, if the Hardys do keep the title, like, whoever wins that title on Saturday, if the titles are on the line, it would, for me personally, I would let them lose it like in the next few weeks. Media crew works for him, so you're basically what I was to all the wrestling promotions here in Alberta. Because Backbreaker Video didn't work, aren't with the promotions, they work with the promotions to produce the videos. So that makes a lot of sense. I get you right across the board here, Vic. Like, we're really in the same... I was in the same boat 5 years ago. I got to keep getting that mindset put together here that I'm not doing that anymore. Which reminds me, I should start selling my gear off. Ew. You see JD... Oh, God. I'll just throw that sound effect in there for you, Nats. Once again, when it comes to a guy like JD, and I humbly say this to anybody that'll listen to my voice. The biggest thing you could do for people that you don't like you guys are talking about JD here in the chat. Personally, I don't watch anything he does. Emotional currency is more important than any physical currency you could give him. It's more networking experience. Yeah, like when you do those shows, you don't make a ton of money. Like, I'll be honest. I went to the promotions, and the reason that these shows are up on my channel, I don't charge them anything to do the shows. I wanted the video rights. So that's why the videos are up on my channel. They want to use them. By now, it's so old that, I don't mind putting up. Which reminds me, I got a ton more videos I got to get up on the channel, some previous matches and such. And yeah, I look over all this stuff, and to me, it's just, oh, here we go, coming back from commercial break. It's more so a meme to me. I listen to every creator. It'll be ignorant for me to crap on him and say I didn't hear him out. As of late, he's been a lot more reasonable. Fair enough. I just literally don't worry about a lot of that stuff. If you don't give him the time of day. JD from New York, he was the basically, he works like, oh God, they're doing the Women's Survivor Series match now. And they brought up Mackenzie Mitchell. She was doing so many fuck yous to NXT last week when they were doing the head-to-head. Like her social stuff. All right, anytime I can get Jesse and Cassie on my screen, I call it a win. All right, one error is not going to be the end of us here, okay? It's how you clean things up after. I see the error. I see 2 men on. I see 2 out. The big thing is I see 2 out. And Ishii's just busted wide open. I still can't get over the fact that Team TNA for the women, who has prided themselves for the Knockouts division for so many years, is literally an NXT roster. Their latest NXT cut, and two ladies that refuse to resign. Oh, I'm inspired. Trust me. And you know what? Just for fun, throw one more. Ishii goes for that short clothesline. Nope. Goes for the stomp. Nope. Tried to go for the sleeper. Nope. Moxley tried to go for a clothesline. Is that like the dumbest thing in the world to do against Ishii? My God, that Larry. All right, it looks like we got a ball game here. Bieber might not have it tonight. Lola Vice, Jada Parker. Like, your tag champs are Otis and Ishii. Yeah. God damn, that's a team. How do you have a TNA envision and not have Styles win the world title and lead TNA? It all depends on if he wants it, right? It all comes down to AJ, right? Does he really want to be a part of it? Because this does feel like a developmental feud. Damn what he wants. It's all about me. Yeah, no, trust me, I think it should be. Having Kaz and AJ on the same team, that would be phenomenal. It's like that's in the past for the phenomenal. Yeah, it does feel like it's the past. And you also got to remember, a lot of people forget. AJ left TNA on very bad terms. Very bad terms. Because they tried to give him a pay cut. They wanted to give him less dates and less money per date. And he basically said, screw you guys, I'm out. And that's when he ended up in Japan. Like, Mox, why are you giving him a pile driver? Santos and Rush tag team possibility. That might be a possibility tonight. Honestly, I do expect a shock moment from AEW tonight. It's more than likely going to be part of the Shayna versus Mercedes. From what I've heard, Shayna's doing producing. She might even be producing this match right now over on NXT. Okay, Jazz needs to all right, they got out of this. Chisholm needed to do early like the first 3 seasons of MLB The Show, not the last 6. Where every card was like an 80 and nobody could get a hit. That's what they needed out of Chisholm. That's what they got out of Chisholm. So Blue Jays are free for the 1 inning. And Ishii is just absolutely dogging. I don't think Ishii wanted to give up. He was still moving his legs, so I think Turner just called it just because TK told him to call it there at that point. All right, where's Darby? All right, so yeah, you know you're going to get Moxley on an anniversary show because that's literally what what is one of the lifebloods here over on AEW. It's John Moxley every single week. Oh God. Does Jericho return? I don't know. This would be the night to do it though. But they only got 2.5 hours. Just a reminder as well, folks. AEW tonight is 2.5 hours. It's not just going to be a quick one and done here for them. Hurt Syndicate versus Demand Street Fight is up next, folks. We got a little bit of sanity all over the place. Could do it tomorrow. Absolutely. Do you really want to do a Jericho return where they're not showing it live? Because I'm thinking the Shock returns you want to do live, right? There is that sense of, okay, well, we get this tomorrow. Maybe you should turn in. So there's a little bit of both, right? So Jericho, he's not a... You know what? For guys like us, he's not a draw. For casual fans, I totally think he's a draw. Because he's well known regardless. Like, yes, the wrestling ability isn't what it used to be. But it's still not the worst in the world here. I think Dakota's more of a draw personally. Yeah. If it ends up being Dakota being the opponent from Mercedes, I'll take it as a win, but I still think it's going to be Shida personally. There's just been way too much talk about Shida re-signing lately. But here's the other question. If it's Dakota tonight, do you want her losing to Mercedes? I'm thinking if you want to do that. You want to put her in a position where she's going to win. If it was an eliminator match and you debut somebody from Florida, then absolutely let Dakota win that. Then they could set up a Wrestle Dream match and set that up the way they need to. I keep forgetting it's a commercial. I got to turn that off. Dakota winning counter program. I'll be honest, I don't think TK needs to counter program. All right, chat, I have to ask you. What's the advantage of sliding? I guess the fact that you're not going to miss the bag at all. Sliding into first is just weird if you ask me, but a broke finger? Give you that one, Nats. So it looks like for NXT, we're only going to get 4 matches tonight. I think the biggest highlight of the night for NXT is probably going to be the Mustafa Ali Ethan Page match, to be perfectly honest. That has got to be the lamest. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think Sol Ruka is going to be an absolute star. But doing a round out into a cover is just bam. Got the Jays game on, Dynamite on my phone, and you on my... Hey, attaboy, thank you. I appreciate that. We got a... Don't watch any. I normally don't either, but the fact that I got to see the setup for this at the setup for the show at our last taping here in Edmonton got me a little bit intrigued. The only thing I'm upset about this, as we're watching this for NXT, and don't get me wrong, I love how this is going, but realistically, there should be advertisements on every match that's going on at Bound for Glory this Saturday. Especially for anybody that's involved on the women's side. Like, there's no reason they can't put up the Kalani Jordan Indy Hartwell match that's going to be going on, other than the fact they don't want to show Indy Hartwell on their TV. Santander once again flubs a fly ball. I swear, Santander is going to get pulled from this damn lineup for the next round. He has to. Because frankly, oh God. I thought Saul was going to be the first eliminated. Yeah, most of my WWE watching is via YouTube. Do Private Party debut at the TNA show? Maybe. What accomplishment are you going to get with Private Party debuting, though? You can tell how energetic this freaking match is when everybody's doing the wave outside. Oh, the Hardys connection, yeah. But how many people make it? Oh, God. Statlander, Storm, and Cameron versus the Triangle of Madness? I'll just send one of those out preliminarily here. God, that's going to be a fun match. Now we get a street fight. We go from Moxley to a street fight. That's always a good correlation here. Damn it, IKF. When you boot a ball, you're supposed to do something about it in the next half inning. Still think Kyle beats Kyle Hey, you know what? I will give that as the biggest guaranteed win we're going to see tonight is Kyle is going to defeat Kyle. Oh my God, really? Okay. So for the upcoming weekend here, which is Canadian Thanksgiving, we get anybody who wants to play AEW Fight Forever, you can play it for free. If any of you have not picked up AEW Fight Forever, I do recommend getting it for this free play only. It wasn't the worst game in the world. There just isn't enough there to make it like they charge full price with all the full price extras on it. And personally, it just sucked. It screams Switch Gem? Yeah, basically. But the problem is they want to pay full price. Which is, unfortunately a Nintendo trait. Oh my God. The Hurt Syndicate look like they're literally the Yakuza coming out to beat up someone. Honestly, it looks like, it's the Nintendo Yakuza when somebody has a copyright claim. And Lashley just hit a chair. Realistically, oh God. Jimenez got binged, so he gets a free base. Seattle up 4-0. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Seattle being up 4-0 after they basically worked themselves back into they worked themselves into a loss yesterday. So is MVP going to eat another loss here tonight? Yeah, being Scooble would be, yeah, well. The problem is if you take them, it ends up being if you get complacent over the fact you beat Scooble, you're going to lose to the other pitchers that are a little more no-name. Yeah, I got a feeling that happened, so. Problem with me watching the game on my phone. Well, Saul got the first elimination. And of course, it's going to be Marisade. Because she was the one that always took the Soul Snatcher the best. Ooh, they said it did. The ball nick him. And they've lost one of their challenges already, the Yanks. Ah, shucks to be darned. Benjamin just looks like a beast in a suit right now. New York hates New York, confirmed. Yeah, well. I love that Bobby's just sitting on the outside getting choked out, so he doesn't have to do much. All right, so first and second doesn't get anything done. So we're going in the middle of the second still. Still 2-1 here. Hey, Nick. Things are going great. Like, we got chaos on my TV here with AEW. We got, I got Netflix on my computer here, right where all my info is for the stream. Got that up. I got my phone set up for the ball game tonight. Yeah, I thought I'd switch up the got a list, it's a little busy tonight. And plus also, Superstation Mike, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what? I should have really done the Oh, trust me, Nick, one of the things that's helping me out a lot, and I want to thank everyone for being here for it. If anything comes up that I need to see in any of these three and anybody's watching something specific, it's going in the chat and I'm turning my head. So literally I'm doing a U-shape back and forth here between the shows. And so far, so good. I don't like to do this on a regular basis because, I want to make sure that I give everything my full attention, which also equals my full volume. But no, I hope everything's going well for you. Yeah, and just like Nat said, he mentioned the homer by Guerrero there that I missed. But yeah, no, it's a fun night to be here. There's I don't care which promotion you like. There's a lot of interesting things going down. So Nick, I have to ask you, who's going to be Mercedes' opponent tonight? You think it's going to be Dakota? Do you think it's going to be Evie? I don't even know what name they're going to use for her. I think she used to use Evie. Izzy Moreno? That would be such a troll. That would be such an amazing troll. Izzy Moreno to be the opponent? Just when somebody's out, there's a rumor that somebody else's contract's coming up. Beat up the number one fan of the Izzy Moreno. If you go back and watch the Bayley versus Sasha trilogy on Brooklyn and then the Iron Man match after, the super fan in the stands, the one that had I think it was the Bayley headband and she ripped it up, that was Izzy Moreno. Like, she is known as Bayley's number one fan. Now she's a professional wrestler. Nikki Blackheart wouldn't be the worst pick for me personally. The only thing I worry about, and it specifically relates to the night. Do you want something like that to go over like a popcorn fart? Because a Nikki Blackheart match, while yes, it's going to be great. We know it's going to be great. We know her. See, Nats, here's the kicker. Here is the absolute freaking kicker of all this. And I love the fact that I'm talking to you. Talking about this, I'm looking my head down as I'm gathering my thoughts, and I have another game I'm watching. Fuck. Nats, here's the key. It's not somebody who is from that state. It's whoever lives in that state. That's why I personally think it's going to be Hikaru Shida, who they just talked about in the news a fair bit, and reminded everybody that she does have she just re-signed a deal with AEW. And the reason I would prefer it to be somebody like Shida, because Shida can eat a loss there, and Mercedes is 10 days away from having a record that will... If it's Shida, you pop... Yeah, if she stays on for 10 more days... Mercedes Moné will become the longest reigning TBS champion in history, taking over Jade Cargill. That's why I think no matter what happens, Mercedes is maintaining, at least till Wrestle Dream. That's why I wish this match was sort of an eliminator, where she could lose. Hear the clip on her. Yeah, like, no, she has done really well, and you know what's really helped her? And I'm going to give her the same tip. Oh, nice. Toa Leona is about to become table food from Bobby, and Bishop Khan just like, Pooh. Have an unpopular, but Jade has an improved. How do you call that an unpopular opinion? Have you seen the rebuttals lately? Check out your best friend, Bokati, who's blaming AEW for all the problems that she had. And then when all of a sudden the internet decided to explain to her that yeah, that's a very popular opinion. As soon as they told oh, Bobby just ate a table. Kalani's all out there by herself. Well, Lola's out. So now it's Soul and JC versus Kalani. No, it's been pointed out more often than not that Jade's had more matches in WWE than she has in AEW, so say she's improved personally, but is she the best? No. Is she in the top 10? No. In terms of look and presentation, Jade, she's top of the division. In-ring ability? Nope. I'm with you. I am absolutely with you there. Oh, for 5 cents. We're going 3 hours next week, chat. Next Wednesday's 3 hours. Are we ever going to get back to my GM? Let's just throw facts out here for you, folks. Let's throw some facts here, folks. I got 2 people that run my GM with me, the online, that live on the in the Eastern time zone. I am the table. Son of a bitch. That was rough. That table just decided it wanted to be the star tonight, so god damn. But no, going back to Jade for a quick oh god. Soul beat Kalani to have JC and Soul be the 2 survivors. Oh. So JC did none of the work and still got the win. Soul should have been the sole survivor. I wouldn't have been the worst pick, but yeah, please yeah. That might be a smart bet. But no, I hope everybody's enjoying the night of wrestling here. Like, we are an hour in, and it is just flying by. We got to see Ishii and Mox go at it again. We've seen the Hardys win the NXT Tag Championships. We've seen Soul and JC win the Survivor Series for the women. So you know Hendry's doing something stupid in the men's main event. Vladdy's got a nasty homer. The Yankees have fought back. They actually got a run. Ricochet ate the bullet for Toll. Jay's Brewers World Series. I don't know. I don't know if we'll go there. Yeah, I see Schneider's on second, and here comes Vladdy. Ooh. See, this is always the biggest problem, and it's the thing with the Yankees you got to be most careful of. And Yankees can always hit home runs. As long as you get your Yankees to have solo home runs instead of 2 or 3 or 4 run bombs. And Vladdy gets on. Did they walk him? The INT walked him. All right, we'll take 2 on. 2 on, nobody out. Ooh, Vladdy, we're getting the judge territory. Let's go. All right, Kirk, time to hit a bomb. Could you imagine Kirky hit a bomb? Kirky launching one into... Yeah, if Kirky hits a homer here... Aaron Boone's going to look like a biggest moron in the world, even more than he already is. Uh-oh. Ricochet's stuck in the ring by himself. Oh, God. Lashley, oh, my God. Like, seriously. Jesus! Shelton with that release German into the table. My God. Like, it was literally just boom. Yeah. You know what? At least it's not a double play. For me, that's the big thing for me. It wasn't a double play because, you know, you get in a double play, you get the Yankees off the hook. Now you bring up Varsho, and he's been just as nasty. Not as nasty against lefties, but he's still... Varsho looked like he wanted to put that one in the fifth deck. Man, so many... Really? 7 out of 7 ads on Netflix? God damn, I'm glad I don't watch it a whole lot. Oh, by the way, for the Hurt Syndicate, they were nice enough to put their suits back on after they beat the shit out of Ricochet. That's class. God damn it, pop out. No, he dropped it! Schneids! Schneider catches him napping, and they get another round. Let's go! That was nice. That was hilarious. Let's go. Let's take second of the Cleveland Guardians here. We're up to 3. Oh, belly drops it. That's a belly flop if I ever seen one. Thank you, folks. Make sure you tip your waitress on the way out. Oh. Oh, and, hey, Nick, sorry about the, I missed one of your comments approving it. My bad. From earlier. If you're wondering why I didn't show up in the chat, that's why, because it popped. Because my screen gets smooshed now. Because I have so many more things on. Oh, God. What is Josh Briggs doing with Ava now? All right, we're getting Josh versus Nick next week. All right, well, Nick Cardona is going to be on NXT next week. Did they get... That's a nice bit of touch there on NXT's part. They gave Mustafa his original theme song in NXT and then changed it over to his new one in TNA. Oh, and here comes the Callis with the family. Yeah, that would have stayed fair. Yeah, Vic, we just talked about that. That is awesome. The fact Coda's going to be on. Could you imagine Chelsea coming in next week to work with Ernie? Ernie! Probably, but I don't think that really matters in NXT. She just shows up for anything. Warm up the buses. Oh, yeah. The reason I'm enjoying this so much right now, watching what's going on here, enjoy Cancun. Yeah. Ernie! Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make life so much fun. Rubber ducky, I always love for you. And as we go right into that, it's like, oh, 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 oh. Can't wait until the Callis family starts fighting without so many stories written. Honestly, you don't need it for all. Oh my God, they got beach balls out for them. Really? Vamos coño, Vladdy. Oh, could you imagine? They get 2 more in. That could be the night. That could be it. The fact that they don't get enough. If they don't clean up enough here. Like, we can tell these Yankees games, they have a way of coming back. Like, they got the firepower to do it, but fuck it, bringing you Savage in for 4 innings. Let him finish the other half of the no-hitter here. So, don't care about Jurassic Express when Jack has a beard? Well, it's not a beard, it's dirt. It's dirt because he's rummaging in the mud. Honestly, when I look at Jack Perry now versus what he was then, I think more about Crocodile Dundee than I do Jungle Boy. And I'll be perfectly honest, I think he might have forgot to get gear. The Bucks are in the crowd with 2 little kids. Don't remember Jungle Boy being on the mic much before his turn. I wonder if they give him more mic work this time. Probably. I would almost guarantee they get more mic work. Just because he can talk. Honestly, like, I remember Jack's early days. Like, funny story that a lot of people don't know. He used to wrestle in Alberta. Like, part of his growing up was here. Part of his training was, of course, through, the Calgary circuit, as they call it. But it was my first real eye-opening position into wrestling. There was a promotion in Calgary. It's called Heart Legacy Wrestling. Was called Heart Legacy Wrestling. It did not involve any of the Hearts. Let's just clear it up. Oh my God, Santander did something useful. Let's go. 5, 6. Right on cue, Nats. Oh. Well, you know what I need right now? I need that. I'm sorry I don't have it up. That punch icon. Just. Start spreading the news. It's happening today. The Blue Jays are punching their ticket in New York, New York. Oh my God, countdown to extinction? Didn't miss a beat there. I don't know if you remember Countdown to Extinction for their finisher. Res will be unbearable. Hey, you know what? I love it. I love it. Oh. Do you really want to attack? Right in the dick. There you do. Joking. You know what? It doesn't mean anything yet. We still need 8 more wins. And thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. All right. Well, it looks like we got a match going on for Dynasty at this point. The Bucks versus Jurassic Express. I didn't think I'd be calling that match in 2025. If you guys weren't around earlier in the day, Renee was trying to catch up the Bucks and wanted a money match from Tony Khan because, well, they're broke. It is so much fun because of people like you, Nats. From a time when beating the umpire is a trophy, and it's if you're interested in that, oh my God, some of the look of the Yankees fans right now is just priceless. Oh. Victor, or sorry, Nats. If you take a look just over here, I do have a score bug up. So we got it right up to date. I got the game right here, and we're switching pitchers already. Rodon's already been pulled. Oh, they brought Fernando Cruz in. Tangerine balls. Matt with glasses looks, yeah. It's better than wearing contacts. I used to wear contacts. I'm just not a fan of them personally. So, Vic, by the way, beating up the umpire is a trophy. If you want to talk about ironic enough, after we're done here tonight, after AEW's wrapped up, after the Blue Jays have won, we're gonna pop in Mutant Football League because we didn't get a chance to last night. We're gonna see if Snuffalo can make the playoffs. We're gonna run at least the next 2 games, see where it goes, and then if it looks like we might be getting close to out of the playoffs, I might just sim the last 2, but we'll see. But Mutant Football League 2 comes out in December, so we're definitely going to be playing that as we go. So, oh my God. Oh my God, here we go. Anybody got your Kyle signs together? Everybody got their Kyle merchandise? It's all about the cow. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Oh, here come the Kyle chants all over. This is Kyle. This is Kyle. All right, Yanks escape the third inning. They're down by 5. And it's just going to keep on going. My God, Kyle Fletcher, the ultimate symbol of, yeah, AEW's got talent on top of just the top 3. Osprey, Omega, Swerve. Outside of those 3, there's still a ton of talent here. But I'm watching this U.S. title match right now, or this North American title match, sorry. Makes me wonder if they're actually going to give the title Ali. Personally, I think it would be a great choice to switch it over to Mustafa. I do know that you've already given the title to the Hardys, so you got an NXT title on TNA, but the fact that Mustafa pretty much should have had that title. He should have been the one to beat Dom for it. Like, you want to talk about the ultimate booking fuck up? It was one storyline they just didn't mention anything about it because they couldn't figure it out. If you guys don't remember, Mustafa was scheduled to take on Dominic Mysterio for the North American Championship. I believe it was at one of the takeovers. And it was just at the height where Dom was supposed to lose that title and just stick to main roster. And they literally fired him on the Wednesday before the show. And they never retconned why the match was taken off the air or if anybody got beaten up or whatever. They just literally just, this match isn't happening. We never said it was. Which is probably one of the dumbest moments in NXT history. And let's face it, booking-wise, Sean's been getting himself in a little bit of trouble lately with some of the booking he's done. Like, I think the biggest faux pas we've had in the last... Oh, that's right. Barger came in for the kill shot. And I love my buddy Game Time Art. He's already getting the receipts lined up. It's not over yet, but getting all those Yankee receipts together is just going to be so much fun tonight watching this. Because remember, there is what? Wednesday, Friday. Like, they're not starting until Sunday no matter what. Like the championship series, they get the time that they were supposed to have if they would have went 5. So, yeah, it looks like Sunday's going to be the first day that they're going to have actual playoff baseball in the next round. So, all right, Bieber, you gave up your 1 run. Now let's just stay focused here. You only got 32 pitches in 2 innings. If he can at least get 2 more in, get us to the 5th or the 6th. My God, this is the technical masterpiece here with O'Reilly. That's one thing Fletcher doesn't want to make sure Fletcher doesn't do in a match like this. He does not want to get into a submission game. He does not want to get into straight graps. He's athletic as hell. Like, let's not even kid ourselves. He's one of the most athletic wrestlers on the planet. But frankly, you got to figure out where you're going to beat O'Reilly. Is it going to be in the striking? Is it going to be like, I don't think it's going to be grappling. I don't think it's going to be grappling. Like, he just hit that beautiful Michinoku driver. It might have to be the power game. And the good thing about Fletcher is the fact that he does get the opportunity to get the... he does have the advantage of that power on Fletcher. Or, sorry, on O'Reilly. Kyle has that advantage on Kyle. Are they calling catcher's interference here? I love the fact that I could switch from one to the other to the next. Real, just, oh my God, Ali might be dead. Like, he literally flew right over Paige into the bullpen there. Jesus. Like, there is no fooling around. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just straight over and out. See, you like that they're doing the heavy hitters in the last hour of Dynamite tonight? Because what we got, Pac and Orange. We got the Brodito Callis Japanese Connection match. Or Japanese Callus Protection, JCP. Because this is, Jim Crockett territory. Go with that. And then I wonder what... Is Mercedes going to be our main event? Ethan Page retains. Hell of a fight, but you almost felt that since the NXT tag titles moved over, you're probably not going to get... Oh, that's why. Oh my God, they're out of challenges now. This is great. This umpire crew could really screw the Yankees for us right now. And the fans are going to have all of it, right? The fans are going to be all over just, you guys are screwing us, blah, blah, blah. Grisham getting over to second. All right, gave up a double. That's fine. We'll live at a double. The thing is, you can live with the doubles. Just don't let one hit turn into 5. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. coming up. Oh, it looks like we're going to have a face-off here. Between, oh God, we got prime moments right now. Oh God, Lexus King's on. I just turned back on mute. Brian Pillman Jr. just... Ugh. Fletcher's absolutely getting worn out by O'Reilly here. Bailey hyping up Mustafa online right now. I'm just getting notifications on X while I'm watching the game here too. Now we got Tavion fighting with Wagner. All right. Very nice hammerlock here by Fletcher. Trying to set up sort of a Kimura. All right, if a guy like Fletcher doesn't win the title, who's going to win this TNT title? Like, Fletcher's doing everything perfectly here. Oh, God. All right. My feed is a little bit behind that the notifications come up, so it's a bit of a bonus here. All right. They got a double. Double in the corner. They got to run. But the thing is, you just limit it. That's the key thing. You got to limit things down. Okay, you got one run. Don't make it 4. And that's the problem the Yankees have had all series. It's not been the single run that's been causing the problems. It's been the 2-run bomb, the 4-run bomb. Grand slam, as they call it in most worlds. Jesus. If Kyle doesn't win, I'll be so upset. I love some of these posts they're putting on X. Dragon screw from Kyle to Kyle. Yeah, because the goddamn camera moves the wrong way, so you had to adjust. Oh, God. Fletcher getting pummeled in the corner. It'd be nice to see O'Reilly with a title outside of a tag title. Because every time you see him, it's always a... it's always a tag title with him. Oh, God. 1st and 3rd. Honestly, I go double play death and it. Nice lawn dart by Fletcher. Literally just. The thing about what he did with the lawn dart, he literally just, though, like, he could fall straight down. It didn't matter. I love how I love how Don Callis has to literally slow down every statement that he makes because he has to make sure he talks about either O'Reilly or Fletcher specifically. Nice. Oh my God, that is beautiful. That is beautiful right there. Little beautiful piece of wrestling right there. When you got, like if you're trying to set up for like a backdrop driver, the fact you cut out the knee, the back knee, the one you want to get. Oh God, Judge, you are dumb. So basically, they just replaced Judge with Bellinger. At least Judge was smart enough to get back to. The only thing I wish it would have happened there, maybe for Judge, is to get a little bit more of a rundown so the guy at first could get to second. Because if you're going to be out, there's a way to do it, right? I think it was very smart on Vladdy's part too to run up and get that tag as fast as possible. That way, if there ended up being a second rundown, you actually can give up that run to get the double play for that tag. That's got to be it. 2 brainbusters, damn. And I love that kick, by the way, from Fletcher. I don't know if I mentioned that enough on here. That fly up kick from Fletcher into the corner there. Are they bringing out Roddy? That's what I thought. Oh, we got Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Lexus King next week.
What the hell is that?
Oh, there's another run. I guess she'll take a run for an out. Well, Archer made sure he didn't get caught up there. I like the fact that Team TNA is going through the crowd on this one. Why do they not have the international champion logo on his graphic? And why do I got a feeling the blood and guts match could actually be, if they're going to do a blood and guts match with the men? For the record, I want just one. I don't want two. Ooh, here we go. Mercedes Moné challenge coming up. Personally, for blood and guts, I want to see one match. I don't want to see two. I want to see one. I want the women to get all the due for it. Because when you have 2 matches, you split the notoriety on it, right? Being a Red Sox fan, it's fair to say I'm a connoisseur in dealing with these Bronx Bombers. And to see they're getting early and early looks like they're dangerous one tonight in the Bronx. Yeah. Like, that's the thing, Vic. And we were saying, you don't... The thing about the Yankees is don't give them 2 to 3 runs an inning. You got to give them 1. If they're going to get a run, they're going to get 1. And here comes Schneider. Here comes Flu Hardy. So Bieber doesn't get out of the third. 2 2/3, 3 runs given up. Man left on second, or first and second. This may be a key point in the game here. If Flu Hardy can get an out here and maybe get another inning in, this very well could be game over. The back end of the bullpen's always been a little scary for the Blue Jays, but you also got to remember the Jays do get an opportunity back at the bat. And Cruz cannot go 6 innings. The one advantage that the Yankees got in that game on Sunday there when they lost 13-7 is the fact they only ended up using 3 pitchers. And I got a feeling none of those 3 pitchers are going to be seen for the rest of the series. Will Warren is basically your long guy if you're way behind. And Luke Weaver has been serving up beach balls to everybody that goes near him here so far in both series, both against Boston and against Toronto. So the fact that the bullpen, everybody that they use as a quote-unquote leverage guy has got to be ready to go. It's going to be interesting to say the least. But Flu Hardy is going to be a key player right now because if he could shut this down, get everything back to normal, we might have a chance. But I will say that that last pitch, next year I got a feeling this is going to happen. A little tap on the head. So the call actually gets made. I can almost understand why they're not going to do... No umpire wants to make that call. Like, there is so much pressure on these umpires in this game. Here we go. Let's go. Briscoe Fletcher for the title in a week and a half. All right. Well, thanks, Renee. That is a match I want to see. All right, folks. Here comes the big moment here. Get your picks in if you want. Who is Mercedes Monet's opponent? I'm calling Sheeta. I've heard Kai. I've heard Nikki Blackheart. The other... Could this be a joke one? Could this be a joke wrestler? And somebody else comes out after the match. That's the only other thing I could think of. They just spoil. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Lacey Lane? She got her debut on Ring of Honor last week. That is a hell of a pick. She got to do the... All right. All right. All right. The fact she had a Ring of Honor debut, that's why she debuted on Ring of Honor instead of up here. That makes sense. Now, we know the fact that, you know, Mercedes ain't winning. Yeah, I'm trying to hype it up a little bit. But, you know, for me, it's sort of, okay. Unless there's a title change, I don't think this is a big deal. Don't worry. I like the fact that, you know, Lacey's a good pick. Don't get me wrong. What I'd love to see... Sorry, her and Casey Catanzaro were a tag team in WWE. I don't know why this is last on. If there's no, this ain't last. This ain't last. Orange and Pac is going to be the main. And also remember, we got an extra half hour tonight, so. No, this will get 10 minutes. Jay Von Bounty. Moose is heavy. What was her? King Carter, that's it. It was Kane Carter and Katana Chance, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Remember the ones that came out with the strobe lights and the balloon gun, or the bubble guns and all that? They were supposed to be the party girls. I think this is more why they didn't do a lot about, like they didn't really hype it up as much as, you know, you would think for a big return. She was the one who actually dropped the N-word on TV. I think now that the flow of the match is going a little bit, oh God, that kick. Now this flow of the match is going a little bit, I think people are starting to appreciate it. When you have high, and this is the problem with AEW all the time. With AEW, like the surprises are supposed to be like 10-star. All the matches are supposed to be 10-star. When you don't get one that's exactly 10, a 5 just seems like what? Heat Seeker. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, like you got such great talent, and all of a sudden, one off like Isla, we don't know. It's way too early. But the one thing I will say is they did have an ROH match for her last week. She was on the episode of Ring of Honor. I think it had filmed 2 weeks ago. If I do remember right, it was like 2 weeks ago, or in that it was, and it was shown last week. So I like her look. I like the gimmick. It just, like I said, you have such an exponential expectation for what you get for AEW, and it just, unless Lacey's going to come in and walk all over and take the title, unless she's like the huge name that everybody wants to hear. Like, let's face it, Lacey's done a lot to put her stuff out in the ring. But, like, the IWC hasn't been clamoring to look for her. You got to remember, like, we were talking about Dakota earlier. Dakota's got a podcast. She's got lots of stuff out there to advertise herself a lot more. So, all right, well, Miles is out. See, the cool thing for me in this NXT versus TNA match should go down to Trick versus everybody in TNA, and then just literally punch out the ref. Commanders Chargers last Sunday did 21. Good for them. Kind of expected a big number. I can't keep those numbers straight anyway now, but yeah, absolutely, Nick. Big chance for Lacey here. I don't think anybody had this really on their radar for Lacey, but it sort of makes sense after she ended up on Ring of Honor for that 1 week. That was probably her tryout for AEW. Once she got her match there, she gets the opportunity here. I'm wondering if it's a one-off or a contract, and Nats was asking the same thing. We'll probably find out after the show. Like, I'm sure SRS will let us know, and I'm sure TK will know with a graphic if it's the case, but really, 2 fans on the field. Mappy Isla got that showing in Glasgow. Absolutely. Like, Tony Khan knows how to, play to the crowd, but he also knows that it lines up, right? We only know her as a tag wrestler with Casey, but I'm interested. Absolutely, and she's done a hell of a lot of stuff on the indies. And the thing is, we were talking about this in the last match too. Like, it'd be nice to get Kyle O'Reilly a singles title too, because I think most people know him just as a tag wrestler with either Roddy or Bobby. Frog splash in their knees. I also think, Nick, in many ways, Isla could be a Michael Oku situation where there just isn't the right time to have her involved right now. So why sign her if you're not going to use her? I know that's hard saying from an AEW thing. Kyle O'Reilly and Punk is why I fell in love with ROH. Hey, exactly. There we go. Vladdy with another hit. 2 for 2 with a walk tonight. Who's your daddy? Clap, 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 clap. Oku wouldn't fit now, and that's what, like, get him in for a match or two. And you also got to remember, 2026 is when a lot of contracts are coming up too. Because a lot of the big contracts were signed in 2023 and they were 3-year deals. Revolver's your indie nets. Between that, House of Glory is actually pretty good too. If you want a recommendation, not that we have somebody that works the House of Glory shows in the chat. Cheap plug, cheap plug, cheap plug. Like House of Glory and MLW, and that's the thing. The thing I hate about MLW is the fact we consider it indie still, right? Fan of Mads Kruger, absolutely. VCW's your local indie, never does shows. We got essentially 3 promotions up here that do a lot of work. There's Love Pro Wrestling, there's Top Town Pro Wrestling, and then there's Real Canadian Wrestling. Those GCW Atlantic City shows go very, absolutely. Done. Hit that moneymaker out anywhere. Watch the LPW shows from time to time. Yeah. I find that there's a lot of samesies coming up there. Unfortunately, Matt Riddle's a former VCW champ. Yeah. Down in Calgary, there is what's called Dungeon Pro Wrestling. It's the spiritual successor to, like, it's run by Bret Hart's son, Dungeon Wrestling. That I could explain the finer details, but that's literally the best way to explain it. Oh. Fuck. Sammy Guevara calling himself a pillar. I'll get back to Dungeon in a second here. AEW's resident lawyer. That's not Mark Sterling. I love Eddie. He's like, don't let him talk. Yeah, Moros is an actual lawyer. I know. He's also racked up a pretty good partner for himself there in Mercedes, right? Ironic enough, Mr. and Mrs. are in the same segment. Think Santos debuts in the Martos match? If he's going to debut, yeah. I really think he should debut on a CMLL. more so than an AEW show. Let him go to CMLL, get his bearings back underneath him. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's an absolute great wrestler. He's a great talker, but he's got no momentum whatsoever. Let him go to CMLL. Let him get that momentum. Oh, absolutely. Santos outside of WWE is phenomenal. That's why I say, get him out of North America right now, or get him out of America right now. Let him work CMLL for a little while. Let him establish himself. Yeah, King Cuerno, right? But if you, oh God, this is a preview for Bound for Glory. God damn, that's going to be a fun match. Sorry, Javon and Leon Slater were in the same ring, and it's like, yeah, that's going to be fucking fun. I wonder who's going to be covering that show. I'm just going to be doing Collision on Saturday, guys. Sorry. I'm a little bit of a bummer that way, but right now finances are tight, so I'm not going to get a chance to watch Bound for Glory live. I'm going to have to catch a VOD later. Leon Slater and Javon could be... If you're into bouncy wrestling, if you're into that high-flying stuff, I guarantee you it will. My God, if that was anybody else but Alejandro Kirk running the first right there, that would have been a double. God damn. Yeah, I think all of us wish Lucha Underground didn't go under, but it just was such a perfect storm to have them put together like that, right? So it's a little insane that way, of course, but no, by the way, back to Dungeon Wrestling. Dungeon Wrestling, hosted by Bret Hart's son, really does a good job. They'd use the old corral in Calgary where Stampede used to run down there, which is a beautiful facility, holds almost 1,000 people. And they usually pack it pretty good. But the next show that they got coming up, they're featuring Riddle, and I'm just not... Ever since that story about that promotion, that promotion in Europe that got a whole buggered up with him, I'm just not interested in dealing with Riddle whatsoever right now. So, just to clear up any clarifications here for this tag match coming up. Whichever team wins, they get to challenge the title on the losing team. As far as I know, I think it's either member getting pinned. My God. Do you want to talk about the past and present of Japanese wrestling? Okada Takeshita. God damn. Saw a tweet from earlier. I just changed the channel from the Hardy Boys winning the NXT Championship to John Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii on AEW. Life should always be this good. Absolutely. You know, I don't give two flying fucks which promotion you have to be a part of, one or the other. Just go and watch some good matches, for Pete's sake. If there's good matches on, watch them. Why do you think I have 3 different TVs set up right now? Like, I feel like I should call MLB to see what they got for their setup for the replay office to maybe match up for all the wrestling I could watch on a weekend. I don't know whether I should use that or not, because I could be half serious when I talk about that. So, if you didn't know about Bandito on Friday. He was facing Hechicero in a ROH title match down in CMLL. And he literally separated his shoulder out of the socket in the match. And he literally put one back in. He got it popped back in later that night. Actually, no, during the match he did. Bandito and Hechicero, I swear, wrestling. Wouldn't it? And then you got Hologram and El Clone. Aren't they soulmates too?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, just got to back out of that one a little bit. Oh, no, better yet.
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
There we go. That'll fit in a little better. I'm just happy for Brody, too. Like, I know a lot of people could take it or leave it when it comes to Brody because he's on that level of being, he's not afraid to let his mouth speak up. Oh, and funny story about tonight. I'll make it quick because I'm thinking when I'm setting this idea in my head on Saturday about doing this, I thought it would just make sense. You know, I'll have my iPad here. I got my setup here for one monitor, and then I got my TV for the other one. One small detail I forgot. The iPad that I own right now that I use, most of the time I use it as a reader and just use Explorer or Safari for the most part. It is an iPad 2. It is the second ever model that was made from iPad. I still have it and I still use it. And it still runs great. Except it will not do any of the new apps. So Sportsnet it doesn't take. It doesn't take Netflix. So basically that's why I started a little bit later than expected because I just had to scramble to get everything set up tonight. Yes, I need to do some upgrading. Oh, the battery's amazing. This is before they started to screw the batteries around in them. He's a punk rocker. He's born on. Brody said, I'm taking it or leave it. Yeah. Like, I know we talked about this earlier here, and shout out to Zodiac, who might actually be at the show tonight. I haven't heard for sure. It's his pool night, so he might go, he might not go. He's in the middle trying to figure that out. But when it comes to politics and wrestling, a lot of people don't want it. A lot of people don't. Oh, Barger. Well, in all due respect, Barger not catching that ball, it's similar to IKF not catching it either, so. But here's the problem we have right now. Sorry, switching gears real quick here. Did Trick just up and walk out? That's hilarious. But, so we got Ricky Saints taking on everybody. Honestly, if it was smart, Santana would be the one winning this. You don't want Ricky Saints, John Cena in this thing? Oh, there goes Slater. That's the oldest one in the book. Yeah, you're getting the current you're getting the next TNA World Champion up against the NXT Champion. Final two. Sort of makes sense. Flu Hardy, don't be stupid. Let's get some outs here. A line-out double play would be perfect, but instead you walk him. Son of a biscuit. 2 men on for Judge. And folks, this is how a series gets changed in a hurry. Oh God, here we go. Bullpen again. Tell me it's Louie. I didn't even see who was warming up. We might not even get to mutant football tonight just because if this game takes a while, we might be sticking around it for a while. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Louie versus Judge. As Gorilla Monsoon would say, it's an irresistible force against a movable object. So, once again, I am going to drive myself nuts about this. And this is something that I can't stand when it comes to wrestling. To break up a cover, all you have to do is tag the guy. Like, if you slap him once, he's still got the cover. Like, that's the thing that gets me. Like, you should have to physically remove him from the cover if you don't want the cover counting. But instead, they're literally just tagging the guy and they're stopping the count. It's like, the hell? Damn. I want to see Takeshita and Brody King just outside of a C2 match, just give them like 30 minutes and go. Well, this is amazing here. Like, just think about it. You got Takeshita in the ring. He gets worked over a little bit. He rolls over the corner tags in Okada. Which realistically, you got two of the most amazing wrestlers on the planet working each other. And as I said before, we're down to Santana and Ricky. Oh, no, never mind. Moose was involved. Ricky, you ain't beating Santana. Santana's got to win the world title on Saturday. You're not going to have Santana's last presence on TV going into a pay-per-view. There it is. There it is. Oh, nice little crucifix here by... Like, this is amazing. You got NXT just wrapping up here. Santana and Moose getting the big victory. You got Hichisero and Okada on the other side. Or, sorry, Bandito and Okada on the other side. And Bandito's got one bad shoulder he's fighting through. And once again, just 2 slaps on the back. So the knockouts are showing up for a battle royal. I hope it's got more people than fucking Judge. Fucking Judge. Oh, God. Like, all of it. Varlin, you piece of garbage. Forgive me, chat. I want to get my phone back, so I'm trying to For frick's sake. All right. Put it right in his wheelhouse, too. That's the problem now. You give a team life, and they're going to take it. All right, got my phone back. So we have now officially progressed to... Oh, no, Belly. No, no. No, no. Let's get it out here. Yeah, things are breaking down now. You got Bandito, and I think Takeshita takes the pin. Because by rule, that means that whoever gets pinned, or whoever gets the pin gets a shot at Okada. Or it could be the other story that we're going to have. If Bandito gets pinned, then, you know, Callis could use the title opportunity for someone else, right? Well, there's your miscommunication. Quick roll up. Yeah, that's the same spot that Vladdy got his Grand Slam on. Same spot. "21 Plex just ain't going nowhere." The Poison Rana. God damn it. Takeshita is just all over it here. All right, so it is a tag title shot they're going to get. And my prediction is neither one of these two are going to be... They aren't going to get the title shot. Have to ask... He's hit or miss. And I'm going to... Well, I'll stand up and shut up. So we're going to get the rematch at Wrestle Dream. Okay. I haven't been the biggest fan of Danielson on commentary just because he... well, it's 2 matches in, he's already spoiling an ending. When Kingston didn't get his spinning back fist. TBS drop for 20 seconds, missed the pin. No, my feed didn't cut out. We got the pin. It might have been the fact that they were switching over from Dynamite to Collision, technically. That's a thing between stations. They actually figured it out for TSN for once this week. This is what it was. Stokely with a baby. Willow's just trying to nurse that promo right out. So yeah, just a reminder for, I guess it is our main event, so I get to treat like tradition here. based on what's going on right now, we're going to stick around after Dynamite's done to check out the Blue Jays game here. Unless, the Yankees decide to hit 42 home runs to take the lead here and keep it. If we got time tonight, we'll fit in Mutant Football League. We got 4 games left with the Thrills. If we don't do it today, we'll do it next Sunday. Tomorrow, because there's no Dynamite, I'm going to be here during the day, probably. We'll do a daytime stream here. I want to finish Horizon Forbidden West, at least the main game. The DLC we might put off till later. But I want to finish the main game between tomorrow and Thursday. So join me here for that. Friday, a little TBA. Might have a little surprise for you. Might get into a little fighting game genre. We'll see. Want to see how well it can fit in on stream here. Saturday, I will be back with AEW Collision, the SIDECAST. And then we'll be doing week 16 of my GM. The Fallout, where I need to trade and pick up some women for my roster because Trish walked out just like Anna Jay did. So we lost a face and a heel at that point. So we're going to have to go through the trade deadline, see what we can get. And then next Sunday, I'm assuming we're probably going to run pretty late tonight, so we might not get to it. It'll be Monster Football League. We got 4 games to go in the season. The Snuffalo Thrills are sniffing a playoff spot, but we got the toughest part of our schedule coming up. So if we end up getting the dubs, we'll get in the playoffs and we'll play that the week later. And if not, well, and then we'll see what happens. Like next week's Canadian Thanksgiving for us here, so next Monday should be a little easier for me to get onto stream. Yesterday was just a shit show, so we'll just call it at that. So, but hopefully it gets a little easier this time. So we'll go from there on that. My God, Varsho didn't have a single chance against Duval there. Like New York's getting the momentum, and that is not a good situation because I don't know what they're going to do for Game 4. Looks like it's probably going to be a bullpen game. Like Eric Lauer's probably going to be the main guy. And then we're going to have to take on Schlittler. Which means it might be a possibility of Savage in 5. With Gosman coming in as first relief. Nice double. Let's go. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make life so much fun. Rubber Ducky, I'm in love with you. Oh, hello, Megan. Hello, Penelope. Dax, eyes up there. Dax, eyes. You're married man, eyes. I hope you guys see that. Top gods out. God damn it, Judge. Nice catch. My God, that is 1 week from Saturday. I forgot about that. No, this is where Takeshita gets bumped because he's the one who eats the pin on this. So because they can't do the Adobe screen, they're just going to do it all fuzzy. So they decided instead of being able, it's like a 180p bitmap screen. I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I think everybody's going to show up by the end of this. After the, like, we're closing tonight. We're closing AEW out on literally, I think Darby brings something out. Flamethrower. We've already seen that. Buffalo Rifle. Is Pac actually going to wear tights this match? Oh my God. Pac's moved away from the shorty tights. The women are going to be furious. You got to admit, he looks ripped in this. If you want to be known as somebody who isn't like a high flyer, somebody who's going to rip you apart shred by shred, he looks like he just came out of the gym lifting 550. Like he gives me Ken Patera vibes. The man who was originally known as the world's strongest man. Then decided to go to jail for a little while. Vince had to bail him out so he could actually wrestle. Interesting, he's gone with like the Davey Boy Smith or the Dynamite Kid sort of look. He's giving me real vibes about that right now. Skinny legs, big upper chest. Like you look at Tommy Billington and just look at him a little bit more inflated. That's what Pac is. Pac sound reminds me of the old Dynamite. Yeah, absolutely, I get it too. All right, a little bit of a technical festival here to start off. And of course, Tim Hill gets that strikeout. Damn it. All right, so Yankees got momentum. Jay's got to. Yeah, like. And Seattle just, yeah. Seattle just hammered their way to a win here, so they're going to get a chance to win tomorrow. Trying to get buddies. You know what? Group tickets is always a good thing. If you got a bunch of guys together, I would suggest even contacting AEW. Like even sending an email and say, hey, is there a deal we can get for group tickets? It couldn't hurt to check. Three to four. Hey, you know what? Like I said, if it's a group of you, reminds me of an indie show this past week that was over the moon trying to chime in about how they did such a great job getting a place sold out. Yeah, they got a birthday party of 100 people. They're a 200 seat venue and they got a birthday party of 100 people. Good on them for selling the tickets, but don't tell me you're the Bucks can win another 500 grand if they beat the Jurassic Express. Another money match. This one actually has a story behind it. Hashtag broke Bucks. I do have a feeling that this is a little bit of a Cassie's like, I'm going to play dead for a little bit. Pock graps. Yeah. No, this is pretty awesome. This whole night's turning out to be pretty awesome here, so. I wish when AEW did have the Bucks win the AEW Dark Championships. Hey, you know what? They get those titles and then they say, yeah, we're going to keep these titles in circulation because when we do championship matches, you got to pay us more. Anything they could do to get more money, right? Lazy man's elbow. Reminds me that Moxley used to do that all the time. I think a lot of us miss Dark. The only reason I hate Dark, the reason I didn't like Dark is the fact that it was just enhancement matches the whole time. You did get to see a bunch of other people, but it's literally all enhancement matches. Early Rampage, yeah. Varlin, what the frick are you doing? There you go. Full count. Now finish it. Quit pissing around here. Exactly. There you go. You see Orange getting worked over by Pac. It's pretty much what you expect here, right? Remember when Rampage is pretty much all NJPW? Yeah, well, Rampage was essentially a lot of people that a lot of people didn't know. And I know I said it twice. I know. He swung, you son of a bitch. Sorry. You ever hate it when your app tells you what happens before the video feed does? Yeah, this isn't going to be a great game, so. But yeah, unfortunately saw Sting and Darby versus the Gun. Yeah, that would be a fun Rampage match too. The thing is, when you're dealing with Dark and stuff like that, I wonder if WB has a contract where they're not. Crap. Actually, just saw it. My app is so far behind right now. Yeah, now they got the lead, so everything's... Yeah, it was on YouTube, and WB might have a deal that they're not allowed to show any first-run content on YouTube anymore when it comes to AEW. That very well could be what the contract is, right? So you can't go much further than that to think about it, right? So we're all pretty much assuming that is the case and that's what happens. So oh God, the Yankees are happy. This is not good. All during a commercial break too, so it's not like I can change my focus over to AEW here a whole lot. Pac reminding everybody that they're number 11. Wow, Pac not doing like the real high flying stuff, like second rope leg drop. Like he is real. Oh, never mind. He's going up now to the top, so we'll see what's going on here. Pac just looks so super comfortable. You know what he reminds me of right now? I'm honestly Bonesaw. He reminds me a lot of Bonesaw right now. Macho Man Randy Savage in the Spider-Man movie. All black, muscled up to the 19s. Taking out this little pipsqueak. I got you for 3 minutes. Dig it. I'm horrible at it. Sorry, I don't have the gravelly voice. Grab a cigarette. No, unfortunately, I'm allergic, so not only would I have a gravelly voice, I'd die too. Which, you know, might help with the gravelly voice. You never know. We still got another good 5 minutes. Oh, God. I love the fact that Excalibur actually went and said, yeah, that didn't really hit too much. I'm allergic to tobacco. Yes. And here we go. Fisher giving up a double to Rosario. This is not going to be good. Yeah, I'm not allergic. I'm allergic to dust, but I'm also not Tabasco. Not quite. But yeah, no, tobacco I'm allergic to, so. Having this as the homecoming match for Dynamite is actually a really fitting spot here. Just need 2 flipping outs, guys. Stun Dog Millionaire, so Cassidy doing something to get himself back into it here. Bam! Happy no debut. Well, Lacey Lane was a debut, right? AEW debut at least. And I wouldn't mind if they do a couple on Collision, even if it is like pre-told. Just because, like a lot of people have said, why Why do you do it? Why do you waste it on Collision? It's like, because we want you to watch Collision. Oh, but we already know. Like, well, good. Then you're going to go see what happened. This time of year is very tough for promotions overall. Like, they were talking about those Nielsen numbers being bad. Will I be here tomorrow? I'm running tomorrow for, I'll be doing a daytime stream probably tomorrow. Especially if the Jays and Yankees are going early or are playing tomorrow. It's gonna be a 8:05 start. No, sorry, 6:05 start. It's an earlier start tomorrow. Damn. I love that Orange Cassidy just gets going all of a sudden out of the blue. He nailed it right on. They're taping it tomorrow. It's not on till Saturday. They're taping Collision tomorrow, but yeah, it's not on until... They won't be broadcasting it till Saturday night. It is going up against Bound for Glory. Next week, Collision and Dynamite are being combined into a 3-hour special on Wednesdays. So we're going to have an extra... Oh my God. Pac pulling an Orange Cassidy. Oh, you think... Okay, thanks, Nick. Sorry, my bad. We get Crown Jewel in the morning, Collision at night, Bound for Glory Sunday. Thanksgiving Sunday of all things. Shout out to all us Canadians that are in the chat here. Yeah, Crown Jewel as in 8 a.m. Eastern on Saturday morning, so... Just like SmackDown is internationally tomorrow, or on Friday. Oh, God. Orange is dead. The hell? Shane, how the hell are you doing? I gotta find a screen that I can actually type on here. How are you doing tonight, Shane? What were you up to? Love the extra... Oh, you're Destiny 2. Enjoying the latest run there? Of course we're running into a freaking ad break at this point. Jesus. And we gave up another run. Damn it. All right, well. Hope you had a lot of fun with it tonight. For those that aren't familiar and just popped in here, my name is Mike the Ref, variety streamer. We were watching 3 different shows at once. Now we're watching 2. And we just watched Orange Cassidy beat Pac in an unbelievable match. Yeah. I'll wait till you're done here. This might not be good for Pac. He's like, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. The hell did he hit him with? Got a freaking taser. Pac will never win a match ever. It wouldn't surprise me. All right, sorry, we're back from the ad break. I don't know why every time you raid me, Shane, it's always on an ad break. For those that aren't familiar, my name is Mike the Ref. I am a former referee, sports referee, former pro wrestling commentator, variety streamer. We've been watching 3 TV shows at once. Let's get a freaking Molotov cocktail here. Really? See, if I was Tony Khan, I'd dress somebody up as a cop. Really, I'd arrest Darby. Literally arrest Darby. So he's pulled out. He had brass knucks or something. He's broken Wheeler's arm. He pulled out a taser on Claudio. And then he was going to use a Molotov cocktail on Moxley. Like, what the hell? So, yeah, we were watching AEW Dynamite, which is just wrapping up. We've been watching NXT TNA crossover here, and now the Blue Jays are losing to the Yankees. We've been watching that all at the same time here. Like, this is amazing. This is an amazing night overall, folks. And just a little bit of craziness all over the place here. But Shane, once again, thank you for the raid. Hope Destiny 2 treated you right, like it's supposed to. Heard it's not bad. But the new content that's come into it. We're actually down to 1 now, folks. We're down to 1. There we go. We'll fit that in there. Now we're just down to the Blue Jays. But yeah, for those that are, like, we were watching, those watching Dynamite tonight, it has been a hell of a fun night here. Wrestling-wise, we got a lot more matches secured for Wrestle Dream coming up next Saturday. We're going to get Okada and Takeshita versus Brodito for the tag titles. We're getting the Bucks versus Jurassic Express for $500,000 because the broke Bucks are broke again. We got Lacey Lane, who was formerly Kate Carter in WWE, the former Mrs. Damian Priest. Took on Mercedes Moné here. Yeah, just a lot of great and we found out Pac's never going to win. He'll never beat Orange, Vic. Just let's correct ourselves here. He'll never. Yeah, I know this ain't going nowhere. I think we'll go to the end of this half inning here, and we might actually wrap it up here tonight. I'll be honest, I am dead tired, and I don't want to be here for another hour watching a team get punked out because they're actually getting punched in the jaw again, and they aren't doing anything about it. And watch my words get eaten by the end of this here. And Schneider hits it about 3 million feet high. Blue Jays are up 6-0? 6-1, and then they turn it into garbage. So, but yeah, I think for tonight we're gonna let's see who's riding high right now. Maybe I can send you guys over to somebody who's going about as crazy as we are. But yeah, all in all tonight, just absolutely. It's nice when you get the opportunity to watch like 7 or 8 special matches in one night. It sucks that you have to watch them over 2 channels, and it does suck where you gotta have the the ability to watch both at the same time, the ability to turn your eyes to match up everything. The most important thing when you're doing something like this is having people like you all here. You were helping me all night, telling me what to watch and certain things that happen, and high points, low points, other points, all great points. So, but yeah, for those that are here, we're going to wrap things up here right now. I'm going to send you guys over to our local establishment. They do a weekly show where they are, they talk about independent wrestling shows. They used to cover NXT, but ever since our friends Brock Lesnar showed up in WWE, they decided enough was enough and NXT. So, for those on YouTube, we'll send you a bid you adieu and thank you very much. For those on Twitch, you'll be hanging out on the raid here in just a moment here. Once again, everybody, thank you. I will be back tomorrow during the day with Horizon Forbidden West and hopefully preparing for a Blue Jays victory tomorrow. Other than that, thank everybody for being here. Thank you for the follows, the views, the lurks, the raids, the chats, everything in between. And always remember, be part of the solution. And we'll see you all next time on the Mike Drive Twitch channel. Take care.